Okay, so here I am. Um just getting some music to start before I begin. This is just the thing that I drew last time. Everybody can hear me well, right? Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna play actually I think I'll play a song from Mario Sports Mix. I just hope it's not too loud. Should save on like memory usage and stuff like that, so that I could prevent the computer from lagging too much. Yeah, see, like the weird thing is that like when I uploaded this video on YouTube, like my whole hand was cropped. I think it was because I was like looking down too far or something like that. So I'm gonna try not to like, I'm gonna try to like overcorrect so that in the video you can actually see what my hand is doing. The sound of the music is yeah, I'm actually wearing my camera on my hat. Like on the my hat has like my hat has like like on the brim of the cap, the back side of the cap, like you could like slide in the camera. I wish I could show you what the camera looks like, but yeah, it's essentially a hat cam. I got the idea from a friend of mine who also does live streams. It's really good for like doing art because I don't have to do this complicated setup, but so yeah, so basically the stuff that I usually use when it comes to doing art is I always have like a pencil of some kind. This is a mechanical pencil. And I also got this. It's a mechanical eraser. When you push this like thing, it actually slides out further, so it's like an extended eraser. I actually have a couple of them. Very, very useful. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I'm gonna try to upload this on YouTube. Hopefully it comes out better. But I'm gonna try my best to get everything on the camera so that like people can actually like see what I'm doing. I think it's because I like look down too far, so it's like if I could just like adjust this slightly, then it should be good. But anyway, so I'm gonna just start fresh with a blank slate. Now I think for this image I'm probably gonna try I'm gonna draw Kia Stealthinja. Of course the hard part is always thinking of like what kind of pose I want to do. I had that trouble last time actually. And then I thought of doing that like one where she was like sitting down or something like that. I guess I could probably try something like that actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of do like a somewhat sideways, like reclining kind of pose. Make her look kind of like. This music is actually from Mario Sports Mix. It's DK Doc. It's the level theme for DK Doc actually from Mario Sports Mix. I can send you. I can like post a link to it on in the chat, like YouTube link, but that's the name of the song. It's yeah, it's actually one of my like favorite songs from like a Mario game. Like it's like I just love the like melody, the rhythm, and everything. It actually is a very strong inspiration to the type of music that I write. Anyway, so let's see if I can get this camera adjusted so that like I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so I can see clearly my hand is like on the screen. Because like when I uploaded on YouTube, my hand was off screen and like that bugged me. I think it's because when I look down or something. Yeah, that's probably what happened, so I'm just gonna overcorrect here. So that when I look down, I can still see. Okay, so, yeah, so usually when I draw, like, a character, it's always easiest for me to start on the bottom left of their head and go from there, and I always start off with the head. So what I would do is, like, for Kia's case, because of the way her hair is designed, I basically start off by doing, like, I would do, like, a small curve, and then I would just basically go all around, because I know what the general shape of her hair is. Now, of course, there's also the difficulty of, like, if I want her to look up or if I want her to look down, which is something I kind of had to, like, prepare, like, because the shape, like, the lines and the angles and all are going to be entirely based off of that, but I think I'm kind of going to draw her, like, slightly looking up this time, and then once I do that, then I start with, then I, like, basically do the ear, which kind of, like, solidifies, like, the, height and width and, like, overall size of the, head. The fun thing is that, Starmaninja ears are really, really big, so you can really have fun with it. And I would just kind of go around like that, and I would just, like, do this to like, give the ear a little bit of, like, depth, a little bit of shape to it. And then this part is key to draw the hair. Now, Starmaninjas can have, like, they all have this spiky forehead hair, like all of them do. Where it varies, though, is exactly, like, what, like, it all depends on what type of hairstyle you want to go for with this forehead hair. Sometimes they have, like, 3 spines, sometimes they have 4, so you can kind of, like, have fun with that. Kia happens to have 3, and then also sometimes the, big spine is actually rounded, and sometimes it's actually, like, just arced, and Kia's happens to be arced. So then I just, like, do this, and that basically is, like, the basic shape of the head, as far as the hair goes. Now, this is for, like, if the character actually has, like, hair that's a different color from their, like, standard fur color. Because if the hair color was the same, then I do things a little bit differently. It's that I wouldn't draw this line right here, basically. I would actually just go up a little bit and then just, like, form the shape of their head. Kia also happens to have 4, like, an extra, like, strand here, so I would basically draw that too. And that's generally the shape of Kia's hair. The good thing about this is that, like, because I'm not, like, ultra, like, stickly about details or anything like that, you really can draw, like, the whole thing in, like, various layers. Like, you can draw the hair like this, and then you can draw the face underneath it, which makes it so much easier. Because I don't really do the whole, like, art technique of drawing the, like, a circle and then drawing, like, this and that, and then, like, filling in the lines and stuff like that, because my pencil just goes down way too hard and it's impossible to, like, erase the lines. Yeah, so then, I basically draw the back of the head. This is, like, kind of the cheek right here. And then I would draw, like, the, snout. Now, because I want her to look up a little bit, I kind of want to draw the snout, like, kind of high up. The snout is actually the hardest part to keep consistent, though. By far, it's very difficult, because, I'm always wanting to, like, have it look a certain way, and it's very, very trial and error for me to actually perfect how the, snout is gonna exactly look. And I think I'm gonna draw her mouth open. Because it is noticeable that, like, when I draw the mouths, like, closed, it's kind of hard to see their bottom, like, lip. But, that's because their, bottom, like, lip is usually not that big. And of course, it does take a lot, doing this technique, it does take a lot of refining, a lot of fine-tuning and stuff like that, but sometimes it gives this, like, weird natural shading effect, which I kind of like. But then again, it's mostly because I'm kind of like, I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of know what I'm, like, going for. And I usually know which lines I generally, like, want to erase. So then here I'm going to draw the nose. And the nose is actually something that I used to just, like, not focus on at all. Like, I used to just draw, like, a circle and just, like, scribble it in. But now I'm actually, like, trying to focus a little bit more on shaping the nose properly. That's actually just me developing as a better artist. As you get through and you do more, you kind of get better and you kind of learn where you can improve and where, like you kind of get to learn what is a style thing, like the hair that I do, and then what's something that you can actually improve to make your character look better, which is pretty much the nose, most anatomy, and so on and so forth. Like, it's like, there's just some things that no matter what you're drawing, you can always kind of, like, do better. And then there's just some things that you can, like, declare is a stylistic thing. And it's just something that you just kind of learn on your own, really. Oh, what's up? Well, anyway, I'm just hoping that, like, everything is lined up properly. I know I, like, overcorrected a bit, but, yeah, so, and of course I'm just gonna, like, keep fine-tuning, because I know what Kia's hair is supposed to look like. Her hair is actually, unlike Kao's, her hair is actually, like, a little bit, like, it actually is a little bit spiny in the back. So it's like you want to, like, add a little spines. And then here I'm, like, drawing her mouth, like, open. I'm gonna kind of draw her, like, looking like she's, like, really relaxing, like, eating something or something like that. I usually draw, like, a couple of fangs here because they are kind of animalistic. They have, like, pretty sharp looking canines. I don't really focus a whole lot on, like, detail on the bottom lip, because their bottom lips are not that long, are not that big, not that emphasized, so, it's okay if the bottom lip is just, like, one line. That's kind of correct. It does have a thickness, but it's very, very hard to notice. And again, the reason why I'm only really drawing one ear is because it's kind of assumed that based off of the perspective, the other ear is kind of being blocked by the hair. So that's the reason why I usually draw it. It's the same for why I only draw, like, one eye. Starmaninja eyes are actually kind of off to the side of their head, not necessarily in front, so they actually, but it's, like, compensated by the size of their eyes. And then for the eyes are actually kind of difficult to, like, really draw right. You just gotta, like, kind of work with, like, I know what the shape is. Kia has slanted eyes, so her eyes are gonna have more of, like, a shape to them. Kind of make her look more, like, wolf-like, more feral, slightly more feral and stuff like that. And I'm just doing a little bit more, like, refining, extending her hair a little bit. Because I kind of want to make it look like she's kind of, like, looking up, but, like, her hair's still kind of blowing over her face. Which is very, very difficult to, like, really get to look right. And then I'm gonna just draw an eyelid. I usually draw the eyelid because it just adds to their kind of like flirtatious expression. It just kind of makes them look more like confident, look stronger. I'll draw like an eyebrow here. It's actually funny because eyebrows are not something that I used to actually like draw for some reason. There's actually a lot of things that I used to not actually draw for unknown reasons. I just draw eyelashes, which is kind of another thing that I never really emphasized before. I used to just draw one if it was a female, and none if they were male, but now I actually draw like 3. I don't draw any if they're male, though. Yeah, just fixing up her hair a little bit. And then I just draw her pupil, which I want her to look at the viewer. So I'm gonna draw a big pupil right here, staring right at the viewer. Now, at this point, it depends. Now, I don't really draw an iris. Oh wow, Cinderella doesn't. I'd never noticed that. I had to look at that. It's like that's like one of those like things that like you just don't notice, and it's like, oh, guess what? Did you know? I wonder if the link thing will actually work. I have to like copy and paste the link. Oh my gosh, she does have no ears. I never noticed that. Now like everybody is like, anybody who watches the video is gonna be like, wait, Cinderella has no ears? Yeah, so it's like when it comes to eyes, I never really focus on drawing the iris. There's rare times where I actually do draw an iris, but for the most part, I usually just draw a pupil. It kind of looks like she's actually looking forward, but that's okay. Well, it's sort of okay. I actually really wanted her to, like, look at the viewer, but, it doesn't matter too much because it doesn't take too much away from the image. I attach it to the back of my hat. I'm wearing a cap, and I just slide this in the back of the cap. Yeah, it's just a regular, like, baseball style cap. Actually, it's a military print cap, but it just, like, has one of the, it has, like, that, like, thing in the back, and the webcam is, like, a clip-on camera, so I just slide it in, and it works like a charm. So, yeah, like, yeah, so this thing, the neck, I used to never draw necks for who knows what reason. I don't know why, I just never did. I would draw the art straight up coming right out of the head. That just does not look right. Plus, usually, like, the neck, when I draw the neck, that's usually when I know, like, that the head, if the head is gonna work or not. And, this one is a pretty good head, so it's going to work. Yeah, see, I don't know, it's like, I like necks, they always look good, but it's like, it's the transition to the shoulders that's the hardest part for me. Because of the way I draw everything else, it's like, I need to make sure the shoulders are not too broad, but at the same time, not too narrow, because I used to draw the shoulders, like, almost non-existent. And that, of course, is a bad thing, because, yeah, that's a bad thing, because if they don't have shoulders, then But then again, my anatomy was all over the place back then. So anyway, so now I'm going, like, sketching, like, eyeball sketching the arm. I know she's gonna be leaning back, so I kind of want her arm to be a little bit back. And now this is the part that, like, I struggled with for years. I still kind of struggle. Pause. Is the stream frozen? Can you... Is the, Oh, I see. I thought like the, I thought the stream itself froze or something like that, like the connection stopped or something, and I was like, yeah, if you pause a live stream and then you unpause it, then it just skips to whatever, like, I'm doing at the moment you unpause. But, yeah, I was just like, oh gosh, well, because it's, it basically just, stops the stream temporarily. Like, it stops, feeding you the stream, and then when it picks back up, it takes where the, stream, the exact moment that the stream is in real time, and it sends you that from that point on. So, it's kind of like if you, like, are, like, recording, yeah, that was the version of, when I was, like, doing line art, showing, how I line art, which took forever, and it always takes forever. I hate doing that. But it produces smooth lines, but the problem is there's no room for, like, correction. There's no room for error. So it's like if you mess up, like, the line is like a pixel off. Yeah, I know. It's the most annoying thing. Because it has to be perfect. Like, unlike sketches where you have leeway, it has to be perfect. And it's so impossible to get it perfect. But anyway, yeah, so this is basically how I draw the, chest of a, female. At least the way I do it. What I usually do is I go down a little bit to about where, like, about here. Like, about where the arm would, like, kind of guesstimate, I would kind of guesstimate about where the arm would go up, and then I would go a little bit above that, like, not very far above that. And then I would just basically start there and go down and do, like, a curve. And depending on the angle would ultimately determine, like, how far out I'm gonna do the curve and stuff like that. And then I would just basically go around. And when I go around about halfway, I go on the other end, because I want to make sure that I have, like, the other end, like, done. So I have the, like, proper shaping. The shaping is virtually impossible to pull off with ease. It's definitely, like, the hardest thing to do by far, and will require a lot of correcting. So basically, I just go around and I try to flatten it about the bottom. I try to flatten it a bit, and then I go around and I connect where they connect, and then it's just a rough shape. It's not perfect, so I'm gonna, like, refine it a bit. I'm gonna, like, kind of, like, bulge out a few parts, like, kind of line up around here and there, and of course, like, it is, like, astronomically large compared to an actual, like, real one, but that's just Starmaninja anatomy. The important thing is to make sure you get the shape. The shape. If you can master, like, the shape, the general shape, then size really doesn't matter a whole lot. But it's still like kind of a pain to get the shape just right. And of course, even after like erasing a little bit, it's like I could still see some of the lines are a little bit wonky, so I'm just gonna fix that. And of course, another thing is that at this point, it does look kind of weird. So what I usually would do is I would draw the other one too at the same time. And this one, because it's further, it's gonna actually be, the curve is actually gonna be a little bit more like, it's gonna be a little bit higher than the other one. It doesn't have to be too much further though. But it's like, it's just gotta be a little bit further. I would just go about halfway, and then start drawing the other one. The other end of it. And go around and connect those two lines. And then work on shaping them. Yeah, so this is the body part that took me years to get right. And even then, it's still, without a doubt, the hardest part of the body to draw. Well, it's the hardest to draw well at the size that I do, at least. It's actually funny, because I'm so used to practicing, females are actually easier for me to draw than males are. Like, I had to develop an entirely different technique for how to draw males, because what I would always do is after I draw the female chest, then I could use that as a guide for where their legs would start to emerge. But with males, I don't have that, like, guide. So with males, I have to just guess where their legs should go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, actually no, well, back then, when I was, like, starting off, I used to just draw, like, I used to draw my characters looking really, really two-dimensional. Like, everything would just be really flat, no lines would really overlap much and stuff like that. So there was no real sense of depth, but that was, like, me when I was starting off, and with practice, it was just kind of like, I know what I want my characters and my art to look like. It's just a matter of figuring out how to actually pull it off. But yeah, I rarely draw males myself. Like, it's just, like, they're just, I don't know, it's like, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you challenge yourself to, like, draw something interesting, and, I don't know, like, it's kind of like drawing a male well is kind of like easy moding, like, when it comes to drawing for me. Like, it's kind of like easy mode. Like, it's not too difficult to pull it off. But I don't know, it just depends on what I need to draw or whatnot, because this is actually another really hard part, drawing the legs, particularly around the waist area, because the legs themselves are actually not that hard, but the waist, the torso, I mean the lower torso, that part is so hard to get to look right. You don't want to draw it too big, because you have to balance it out with the legs and the rest of the body. And you don't want to draw it too small, because otherwise, if the top is really big, it won't balance well. So now, and then I also need to figure out, like, how exactly do I want to, like, pose Kia's legs. I think what I might do is I might do, like, one knee is, like, up, sort of. And it, like, just goes down. And then I would just kind of like, this is just kind of like a guide sketch, like a guesstimation sketch. I'm not like really focusing on like detail in particular, like just kind of guessing at what angle I want everything to be. Like I kind of feel like I want to draw the leg a little bit like lower angled. Yeah, like maybe about like there, maybe. I'll have to like see how like everything else comes out. It should be able to fit. Yeah, it should be able to fit. And of course at this point, if I wanted to, I could like draw like the skirt, draw like clothing and stuff like that, because she does wear a black skirt. So it's like if I wanted to, I could just like draw like a very thin like kind of like that. Drawing a skirt is actually not necessarily as easy as I just made it look. Well, drawing clothes in general, but I usually draw very tight clothes anyway. I actually could draw like her wearing like long pants and stuff like that, but which I wouldn't mind doing, but oh well. Anyway, so this leg, I just kind of guesstimate where I want the line to be. Drawing her leg kind of like extended a little bit more than the other one. Like I want to kind of make her look like she's like relaxing a bit. And I guess for the sake of if anybody walks into the room, I'll draw her top now. That's actually kind of funny, but, yeah, I really actually don't like, drawing, like, bras a whole lot. They're actually kind of a pain to draw right. Like, no matter what size, I don't know, it's just something I don't particularly enjoy doing, but, mostly because, like, having to align all the straps, make sure they all look properly and stuff like that, it's like all that toughness. Well, there we go. Now she's like wearing something on top. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Like, cause it's like having to like get them all, like having to like get them to like. I mean, I wouldn't really know what it's like to actually wear one, but like I could kind of imagine like how like to put one on and get them to fit right and stuff like that can be kind of a pain in some cases. I'm gonna like draw like the ninja star insignia. It's actually kind of funny though, because I do remember like when you asked me like about the color, about like what the purple was. The funny thing is that if the shade was darker, then they actually would. Then the like The shade of purple is actually not far off from Kia's actual flesh color, but Kia's flesh color is actually like a very is actually a much darker purple. But it's something that I keep changing though, so it's like I'm never like really certain. Well, it's something that I recently, like, kind of, like, have it as it is. Like, I finally have it set in stone. But it's like, before, I used to just kind of guesstimate and, like, do whatever colors seemed natural. And then, only because, like, they're Starmaninjas, I usually do these, like, kind of protrusions. They're not really noticeable. But, I usually just do them because... Yeah, I, like, close, like, almost every single window on my computer. The only thing I have running is, Windows Media Player. I have my forum open. I'm praying that it's not lagging. Because, like, I'm doing this on a laptop, so I can only, like, run so much at, like, once. And then for the least favorite thing for me to draw, I hate drawing arms, hands, whatever. I always, like, kind of do, like, simple hand poses. I'm never really too complex. Oh, that's good. I cannot tell if there's any lag on my end. Oh yeah, is he like wondering where I am? I bet he is. He's like, oh man, KO's doing another live stream. I mean, again, I don't really care too much for swearing. I just only don't like swearing, I only don't really like swearing when it's like done when it's just done just for the sake of like saying a swear word or something like that, like, or like when it's done in like a rude or mean way, like yeah, like said against people and stuff like that. Like that's when I don't like seeing swearing. Otherwise, I really don't, like, if it's used as, like, the dictionary, like, would use it, then it's fine by me. It's also fine in comedy, but again, it's like, there's, like, kind of an art, there's, like, a right way to use swearing and a wrong way to use it. And I usually try to discourage it because a lot of people use it the wrong way, which is like the not funny way. Anyway, I'm just like drawing her hand claws here. She is kind of one of those types who would like have them sharp, even though she's not really very physically strong. Oh yeah, most of them. Actually, it is funny when I see friends say that to each other, but, it's usually just something that, like, friends do. Like, I don't know, there's some things that, like, when you do it to a friend, it's funny, but it's like, if you don't know the person, then it's awkward. Yeah, he was just doing it for the sake of example. But I personally never really do it myself, though. I was just kind of like, I never really, like, I just don't think it would sound right coming from me, like, but, I don't mind, like, I don't really mind seeing or hearing it, as long as it's used properly. Okay, so, now the final part, of the drawing before I have to start coloring it, are the, paws. which I actually also draw in a special way, because oh my gosh, they are very, very difficult to draw. I mean, yeah, hands are difficult to really difficult to draw too, like arms and hands and stuff like that, because I don't want them to like look too long. I don't want them to look too short and all that stuff. But I don't know. It's like usually I'm actually probably gonna do something with like this arm right here, but I'm not sure what. I don't know. Like I'm thinking yeah, this is Kia Stealthinja, KO's future wife. Not based off of anybody in real life, because I don't have a date in real life at the moment. I'm not really even looking very hard either, but yeah, so basically this, when it comes to the paws, usually it's a matter of like, A, it's all about shape, but B, it's all about angle. And the angle is the part that's like very, very hard to really pull off. Like with the chest, it's the shape. With the paws, it's the angle. So it's like they're both hard for like the opposite reasons. It's such a pain. But anyway, I think this paw, I'm actually gonna draw her like kind of standing. But I basically just kind of get the basic shape first. I'm just hoping that like my pencil's not like going off the like screen. I can't see when I look down. But yeah, I basically just kind of go for like the basic shape, and then I would just go around. I always start with the digit that's closest to the viewer. Eyeball like about the size. And once you get one, and it looks good, the rest is actually really easy. Until you get to the claws, which that's a completely different, like, story. But, so once you do that, then I usually erase this guideline. This is just, that line's just there to kind of help me judge the angle. So then I just kind of pick a spot, and then I just go around again to do the middle one. Just kind of eyeball it. Draw that little extension there. Just eyeballing it. Then I'm just gonna use this one and go all the way. Refine the shape. Gonna refine it a bit because it looks a little bit too not round enough. And then I just kind of go about a little bit below, and actually I'm gonna go higher. And that's when I draw the third one. This one's gonna be smaller than the other one, and it's gonna be more hidden. So that's basically how I do that. It's not easy. It looks easy, but that's because I kind of made a technique for myself. And that's basically the technique. And then after that, I clean up the lines a bit. A lot of these lines are kind of like rough. They're a little bit wavy, so I'm gonna clean them up a bit. Just kind of smooth them out. Round them out a bit, so on and so forth, until they're just about right. Now, at this point, they're kind of like, yeah, so at this point, they're kind of like it looks pretty good to me. So the next part is I'm going to draw the claws, because the claws usually are like, kind of like define them, add a little bit to them. So, now with the claws, like, they actually are really, really, really big. The tough part is making the claws actually look long, because there's a lot of, like, foreshortening going on. Like, there's a lot of, like, because of the texture and the way they're drawn and stuff like that, the angle is, again, incredibly difficult to pull off. But it just kind of, like, what I usually do is I kind of start with an arc around where I want it to start. I just kind of eyeball an arc, and then I would just go over the lines, which I kind of use as, like, guidelines, but not really. I go over and around until I found, like, that point where I kind of wanted to clear the tip, and then I finish it off underneath, going out, and then I go down, and that's basically what I do for the claws. And each one I kind of, like, push a little bit further and end it a little bit, like, higher. But of course, sometimes I might have overdone it. This is just regular printer paper. It's regular 8.5 by 11 inch. Like, I literally just buy a ream of computer paper. It's like $5. But I'm just like, yeah, this one I'm just kind of like, I realize I went a little bit too far, so I'm like making it dip more. Which you might do a couple of times. You might have to, just to get the angle just right. And then you just kind of go down with this one. It's very tough. It's, like, kind of looking okay-ish. Not really, but... yeah, but, I mean, you know how American currency goes. After all, that's what we used to hunt, like, about some 300 years ago. Let's see, as much as an environmentalist as I am, the tree argument... well, you're not saving trees by not using paper. The trees are already dead. So it's like, as much as I really would like to save the trees and stuff, I'm against deforestation. Yeah, see, I'm against, like, oh yeah, exactly. I'm the exact same way when it comes to meat. Like I love meat more than anything. It's like, I love animals, but I love meat. I wouldn't personally kill an animal, but if the animal's already dead, food is food, and I've gotta eat. So, I'm not gonna, like, just let the animal die and then just throw it away because an animal had to be sacrificed to give me food. That's an even bigger disgrace, because it's like, you're literally, like, wasting the animal. So it's like, but it's like, I don't know, I just, like, I couldn't kill one, but at the same time, I probably couldn't live without meat. Like, most of my diet is pretty much meat, so... and, that looks pretty good. Soka Luffy, like, it's actually kind of funny. I've gotten a couple of, like, hardcore vegetarians to, like, watch me. It's actually really funny, because it's like, they're watching me, they're all acting all nice to me and stuff like that. It's like, and they're like, you should go like, they're just, like, nice to me. They don't really talk much about the whole vegetarianism thing, but it's like, it's clear the account was made to promote vegetarianism, and it's like, they watch me and they affiliate with me, and I'm like, I'm freaking, like, a meat eater. Like, I don't even eat vegetables all that much. So it's funny, but I usually don't say that. I'm like, well, that's cool. Like, you can watch me, you can affiliate with me, but just know, I eat meat. So if you're gonna ask me to, like, freaking, like, not eat meat, then I'm like, well, okay, but I'm eating what the store provides. Like, if the store, like, has, already processed cow, then, I'm eating it. See, that's the miraculous thing. None of them have actually done that. Like, although then again, it's not like my account is all about, like, hey everybody, eat meat. Because they do that for, like, shows like Epic Mealtime. I've seen them. It's kind of annoying. It's like, they're all like, how can you eat all that disgusting meat? And it's like, but of course they get, like, thousands of dislikes in their comments, and thousands of people are yelling at them saying, like, look, like, we'll eat our food and you eat yours, so leave us alone. So it's like, they're only burning themselves at the stake, really, by coming to, like, shows like that. Exactly, but I don't think it's rude at all, because I think that's exactly how I feel about the, that's exactly how I feel about, like, the vegetarians and vegans myself. I mean, I've met a couple of cool vegetarians and vegans who are like, they can't eat meat because, like, their bodies can't handle it, or they can't eat meat because their parents just refuse to buy meat for them and stuff. But it's like, it's the ones that are all like, oh my gosh, you gotta eat veggies, stop eating meat, like, it's bad for you, it's poison. That's where I'm just kind of like, calm down. Yeah, so I completely agree with you on that. Especially, and what's even worse, though, is I found out people apparently, like, actually try... Oh yeah, I definitely feel the same way about religion. I could, like, write a freaking paper on how annoying those, anti, like, homosexual rights, like, people are... Because it's like, they're so hypocritical about it. Like, it's like, you can't live your life this way because it's against the word of the law or something like that. It's like, well, yeah, but, I can live my life however I freaking choose, and the way I'm living my life is not doing anything to harm you. So it's like, why in the world is it, like, such a sacrilegious thing? Like, you'd think, like, with all their threats and stuff, they'd just be like, well, okay, you can just go burn for all I care. Like, that's just... But it's like... I don't get why it's an issue either. It's not a bad thing at all. Like, I mean... It's just people make such a big deal about how, like, you can't reproduce if you marry someone of the same gender. And it's like, well, considering the fact that, like, we're way overpopulated as it is, because of people who overly reproduce with the opposite gender, like, it's not really, like... Exactly. So it's like there's two sides of the story, but only one side's being argued. So yeah, I completely agree about that. Like, I really think that, like, Especially those types who like... Especially those types who act like it's like they hate it because they lost a friend to it or something like that. Like you know those types of guys who are all like you know those type of guys who are all like, oh, I hate lesbians so much because they, like, I tried to date a girl in high school and it turns out she was a lesbian and she wouldn't go out with me. It's like that just makes the guy look shallow, not the girl. Because I've seen that argument before. I personally think it's a lousy argument, but... I mean, no offense to, like, guys who have been through that, but still, it's like... It's like, people aren't obligated to marry the person, to marry someone or date someone just because, like, they said so. Exactly. I could call this series, like, Real Talk. I'm just, like, idly drawing. Trying to get this, angle just right, which is, like, kind of looking strange, but... This angle is so hard to pull off, though, like... It's like one of those angles. My username? Yeah, that's my username. Starmaninja Art's just the name of the channel, my live stream channel, because I do art stuff here. Well, I usually do art stuff, but sometimes I play games. But when I do live stream is actually spontaneous. I never pre-plan my live streams because I never know if I'm gonna be free at the moment or not. It'd be a good idea, but at the same time, I want to live stream, because it's the name of my mascot. Yeah, KO Ninjaratzu is my mascot. He's like, it'd be kind of like if Nintendo picked, like, the guy who made, like, Super Mario. I know his name is Shigeru Miyamoto. It'd be like if he, like, came up and he, like, typed, like, his username was Mario because he is the creator of Super Mario. Kind of the same thing. Yeah, or, like, Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, KO Ninjaratzu is my, mascot and my, alias. If you ever see KO Ninjaratzu, odds are very high it's me, and if it's not me, then odds are very high there's gonna be a lawsuit or a very angry email sent to a website because someone's trying to impersonate me. But I've pretty much tried taking claim on, like, every single site out there, so every major site at least, like Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. So apparently Facebook rejected the name KO Ninjaratsu. They rejected it as a real name. They don't consider it a real name. So I'm like, yes, no one can, like, impersonate. Yeah, I tried to make a Facebook account for called KO Ninjaratsu, and they're like, no, that's not a real name. I'm like, it's not? I mean, I know it's not. I'm the only one who, like, made it up. But I just thought it was so funny. I had to actually make a character page for KO Ninjaratsu, and I did. So I have a character page on Facebook. Oh yeah. I mean, I know why. they explained it's because, like, people use those accounts for, like, trolling and stuff like that. But as long as you attach it to a maid account, like, I was able to attach it to my real name's account, so, which I actually kind of like better, because that means that no one can impersonate me, because if anybody searches KO Ninjaratzu on Facebook, they're gonna find, they are gonna find the real me. But that's good, because I want, like, all the proof I can get that these characters are mine. Actually, I've yet to meet anyone who agrees with... Actually, it's really funny. Apparently, jokingly, I talked about this before, but, like, someone brought up the idea of me legally changing my real name to KO Ninjaratzu. I don't think I'm gonna do it, actually, because the process is insane. And I do like my real name. But, like, it's, like, it has been brought up multiple times before. I thought that was, like, really funny. I, like, started this off as, like, a tutorial, and I just completely let my skill, like, get, like, way over everybody's head. So anyway, I'm just gonna draw these, last few claws right here. It sucks, too, because at every angle, I draw everything so radically different, and it's like, I don't even know what lines up with what, and then it also depends on, like, what, I actually convinced my entire German 4 class to call me KO Ninjaratzu. I mean, well, KO for like a year. It was awesome. Because my German teacher allowed us to make custom names for ourselves so that we could kind of get more into like talking in German. And so I picked the name KO, and literally everybody in the class called me KO for like a year. It was awesome, but at the same time, it was like people would sometimes call me in the hall, and I'd completely, like, forget that I told everybody to call me that in German class. So it'd be, like, awkward, that awkward moment where they're like, hey, KO, and I'm like, huh? Who's that? And I'm like, oh, right, German 4. That was an awesome class. Yeah, well, now that I put that on Facebook, it's entirely possible people might, like, hopefully, like, some of my real-life friends might, like, find it and be like, oh my gosh, like, this guy's actually, like, trying to, so this is what this guy's been doing lately. But at the same time, it's kind of, like, awkward. It's actually funny. I'm a really shy kid in real life. Like, a really shy guy. So, when my friends, my real-life friends saw my artwork, they were like, wow, like, you? Of all people. It's just so funny, because it's like, when you see me in real life, you think that I'm, like, pretty much, like, the most closed book, straightforward guy on, and all that stuff. Like, I'm like the type of guy who just could not do anything, like, really extreme or wild. And then they see my art, and they're like, wow. Like, oh, I occasionally, like, show my, face, actually. I have a photograph. Yeah, I know. It's like I don't swear, and then you look at my artwork, and it's like, well, I know there's one thing you think about. But, yeah, I don't like putting my photograph up online on public. Like, I only show them, like, privately. Like, cause it's kind of like, so it's like, but I think eventually I might, like, put it on my site or something like that, cause, But I guess it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But, I could always send it via email or something, but... Or I think you can find it if you look me up on Facebook. I'm not sure if the KO Ninjaratzu on Facebook connects, like, with... Oh, yeah. Well, it's not that I don't trust anybody. It's mostly the fact that, like, I just, like, never really have a reason to do so. And I love how smooth Kia's hair is coming out. Oh my gosh. Alright, so now I gotta, like, make up a background. I don't know, actually. I wanna do something to her arm here. But what do I want to do? What do I want her to hold? Oh, yeah, I mean, eventually, everybody's gonna know what I look like. Eventually, like, when I start becoming all, like, major, like, people will actually start to know what I, like, really look like and stuff like that. But let's see. But yeah, like, usually, like, what I do is if someone sends me a photograph of themselves via email to my, account, I mean, to my email, then I would do the same thing to them. But, like, that's the only reason I know how, Calyx looks. Oh, people could assume, yeah, I'm sure people assume a lot of strange things when they see my art. But it's like, even if they see the real me, they'd have to actually, like, know me in real life. Like, see how I am in real life. Because how I am in real life is way different than how I am, like, online. Like, online, I say a lot, I joke a lot. I'm, like, pretty much that, like, life of the party kind of guy. In real life, it's like, I'm so quiet. I just... Like, I'm just, like, really quiet, usually to myself. I mean, sometimes I do talk, but it's like... Yeah, so... Yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, see what I can do with her arm here. Maybe I'll draw her kind of, like, throwing out her fan, maybe? Like, I guess kind of, like, flinging out her fan. Oh my gosh, no one has any idea how long it took me to master arms in terms of, like, how long they need to be. Like, have a jar holding, like, a pool noodle. I was actually gonna draw her, like, extending her finger and spinning her fan, like, around on it, but, like, balancing her fan on it, but... I could draw, like, a pool noodle, like, kind of floating around. That actually sounds really funny. No, that makes her hand, her, finger way too long. I usually sit wherever I sat on the first day. I only sit in the back if laptops are allowed in class. I don't want people seeing what I'm doing on my laptop. Not that I do anything, like, bad. It's just, I talk to friends via Messenger. And, I can't control what my friends want to talk about. So, it's like, I don't want, like, someone to, like, glance over and be like, whoa, what is this guy talking about? Or, like, they might show me, like, a drawing. Yeah, see, that's, like, another thing. I never really, like, draw in, like, real life either. I mean, I never really draw outside of my room either, because, like... So he just randomly just spins around and is just like, yo, can I see what you're doing? Yeah, I'm always like so uber paranoid about that. I mean, I don't mind showing people my artwork, but oh yeah, I've come across types like that. Actually, I've come across a lot of types like that because it's like with my personality, I tend to be the type of guy who it's not difficult for me to attract, like, people, but yeah, like, yeah, I usually just, like, but yeah, I usually just, like, occasionally I doodle in class, and then, like, I got everybody, like, staring at my drawing of, like, Thundra, my electric mouse character, and, like, joking about how, like, oh my gosh, this kid, because of her, like, lightning bolt-shaped bra. Yeah, it's like if someone's gonna sit next to me, like, and I'm gonna actually have my art out, like, I'm gonna be, like, freaking, like, I'm gonna know the person likes my art, but usually usually it's the classes where I'm, like, not paying any attention, like, where I'm not allowed to bring my laptop, that, well, I don't know, because I bring my laptop in English class, but it's usually for taking notes. I don't actually, like, browse any, sites on there. But that's because the internet barely works, and I sit at the front of the classroom. And I always sit at the front because getting to the back of the classroom is such a pain. But, it's, like... Well, I mean, if she wants to make the first move. Yeah, I've always kind of been the type that, like, I prefer to let other people make the first move on me. Because that way it's, like, less awkward. And not to mention, it's less likely that they might already have someone. Yeah, so I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm just gonna draw like a quick little background here. I'm gonna draw a couple of trees in the background. I hate drawing trees, but whatever. Then again, I hate drawing backgrounds, period, so... Oh yeah, I mean, as long as you just friend zone, just do the friend zone thing. It'll actually pay off way better in the long run than treating it like it's actual date. Guys always complain about how, like, friend zoning is like something that, like, hurts. It's something that's so bad and stuff like that. Trust me, I've friend zoned people before, and I'm still friends with them to this day. Friend zoning is not a bad thing. Friend zoning actually allows you to get to really know someone, like, better than you would if you were dating. Because when you're dating, you kind of, well, Kia can kind of float. She has a power that allows her to do something like that. Just gonna draw like a hot spring kind of thing here. Natural hot spring. But, yeah, Kia actually does have a power that allows her to, because she has the power to turn invisible, she has the power to, lower her weight to the point that, she, is pretty much weightless, and then she could actually, like, float. I'm actually gonna make that tree, like, kind of part of the background. I like only drawing the trees through the fan because the fan is spinning, so it's kind of meant to be semi-transparent. When I actually color it in, it actually will make a lot more sense. And then I'm gonna like go here, draw like the canopy, just kind of do it in a lazy kind of way because I'm feeling kind of lazy and I don't really care too much about like that much detail. I mean, it's like they say that it's like very rewarding. I'm 20. I'm gonna be 21 in a couple of months. Actually, about 3 months. Dang, did a teacher not, like, kind of, like, is she okay, or something like that? I mean... I don't know how, like, they would, like, do it, Oh, so she, like, fainted behind you, and you had to, like, carry her out. Yeah, because here, like... They wouldn't let us be, like, a hero. They wouldn't let us students be a hero. If, like, a girl fainted, then, like... They would, like... I mean, they would freak out, but... Alright, I'm just gonna, like, kind of draw this, like, curving around here to make the, spa look, what does he teach? Environmental science. Environmental science, it is interesting. I've never, like, taken it before. My high school, like, just offered it. I'm gonna draw some steam lines to make it look like a sauna. Oh, that's why I stopped caring about my age. I mean, actually, it's interesting. Now that I'm, like, 20, I'm, like, feeling pretty awesome. But, it's like... because I keep forgetting that I'm 20. And thanks. And I forgot something that I really should not have forgotten, but I will fix that right away. Our very luscious looking tail. Oh, I think everybody knows that everybody on my, like, forum is, like, younger than me. I mean, there are a couple of people that I was surprised they were younger than me. It is always good when people think that you're older than you really are. No one knows what age to assign to me, though, because the way I am is, like, in real life, I act way more mature than expected. I'm honestly guessing, like, between somewhere around 16 and 17. That's just my guess. Ah. Yeah, I mean, to me, I kind of agree, like, with King Pop, that, like, age does not, like, really matter. Like, as long as you can, like, have fun with it, like, it's all good. Because, quite frankly, it's, like, a lot of stuff that I do is, like, stuff that, like, everybody's like, oh, no, you gotta be, like, 18 or something like that to, like, view this guy's art. I'm like, I don't care if you're, like, it's the 18-year-olds who freaking freak out the most about my art. Like, shows how mature they are. But, yeah, so I was not paying attention at all if the camera was actually, like... Yeah, it's all about that ageism. It's like, they think that you have to be a certain age to, like, do things. But it's like, I've learned through experience, and I've learned through my first year of college, that is not entirely the case. Like... Because it's like, again, you can meet someone who's like, yeah, exactly, that's exactly how I feel. Age does not equal maturity. Because I've seen, like, 11-year-olds who can look at my art and actually have, like, a good objective opinion on it. And I've seen, like, 20-year-old, 23, 24-year-olds who can look at my art and be like, why does the character look so, like, weird and stuff like that? It's like, oh, we make jokes. We make all sorts of, like, really funny jokes, actually. I mean, I kind of get why they say 18 is supposed to be the whole, yeah, that's pretty much what they say. It's like, well, maybe if you'd actually, like, look at the quality instead of just, like, focusing on one aspect, well, complaining, I should say, because I don't really care if people, like, focus on it. If it's the first thing they notice, then so be it. But when they complain about it, that's when I'm kind of like, really? Because I don't judge myself. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, so, like, it depends, like, on the person, but sometimes it's just a matter of, like, the way the age group is raised in general. They just, like, don't like, understand certain things yet. And, yeah, same thing for... It's really with any age group. And generally, the older you get, the more mature you are. But at the same time, I've seen some people who are well in, like, their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and so on, who can still make you just shake your head at the immaturity. I can't necessarily name... I won't name any specific examples, but I do have a couple of examples in mind about, like, some types of people who, I'm just gonna put it this way. They act like they still have that I'm trying to find the best way to put it. It's like, you know how, like, little kids are like, I don't want to play with that kid because he's like different or something like that. Like, I don't want to play, like, I don't want to play ball with that kid because, like, he's, like, way too tall or something like that. And it's like, you think they're little kids and they probably just don't understand that you're being tall is not necessarily a bad thing or something like that. Well, it's like, to see adults act like that, that's where I'm kind of, like, shaking my head, basically. That's as far as I'm gonna go about that, but yeah, so, I can see, like, freaking, well, you generally want tall people to play with you in basketball because they can reach the hoop easier. But short people have an advantage too, actually, because they, being lower to the ground, they can dribble the ball easier. It's harder to steal from them. Whereas if you're tall, so it's like everybody talks about how the stereotypes, like, you have to be tall to be good at basketball, and that's not true at all. The game's designed where all sizes have a significant advantage. It's kind of like with football. Like, they say you have to be, like, some big, muscular, like, macho to be good at football. But if you're, like, small, you can, like, weave through people easier. And, like, you can pretty much run faster and you're more agile. So it's like, there's really benefits to all sizes when it comes to that type of stuff. But it's like, the problem is, like, people stereotype too much, and when they stereotype, then it's very difficult for people who think they're too small or think they're too short to want to play those sports. And it's a real shame, too. But, yeah. So anyway, so this is basically the drawing of Kia. I think I derailed a lot on the whole tutorial aspect and just pretty much ended up using this as an excuse to draw Kia again. I've gotten into the habit of signing my artwork. Any original character I create, I always sign it. Very good idea to do that, because that way, if anybody tries to steal your art, you can be like, oh, nope. This is the original. I signed it. It's my handwriting. Bam. Yeah. Oh my gosh, and this camera. I'm sorry. The camera might be wonky. I can never tell if the freaking screen is freezing or not. Alright, so these colored pencils, the gray for some reason sucks. Well, yeah, I know that. It's kind of pseudo-intentional. People have told me I should try different angles and different poses and stuff like that. The problem is, like, it's not aesthetically pleasing to force yourself to do a pose that you wouldn't normally do. It's kind of like when you take a photograph of someone. Like every single thing I draw, it's kind of like I'm taking a photograph of a character. And I wouldn't want to take a I've drawn Starmaninja as looking directly at the viewers. Oh, actually, no, you would. The drawing of Vanilla, for an example. Hold on, I'll go get it. Their eyes are not perfectly off to the side. They're mostly on the side, but you could still see them from the front. There's a drawing of Vanilla somewhere where I did that. I try to vary the angle. For the record, I can't really see the screen right now, so if I can't see the chat. Yeah, check out this image. That image shows what a Starmaninja looks like from a direct front view. Don't worry, it's safe-ish. It's Vanilla, so it's safe. She's in a straitjacket, but yeah. Okay, so at this point, I am going to take out the gray and start coloring in Kia. How to color 101. This gray is sharp enough, it's good. Okay, so coloring. I have a love-hate relationship for coloring. Love because it really brings out the character, and it allows me to shade and stuff like that, so it adds depth to the character, and it adds like a lot of really interesting effects to the character that you couldn't get through like a sketch very easily because of the way the shading and all that stuff works. So I love coloring. I hate coloring because you make a mistake, it's impossible or almost impossible to correct it. Alright. You go to the bakery at freaking, I, like, live nowhere near a bakery. Well, I used to when I went to college. I could walk to, like, the bakery and stuff like that. But I just wouldn't be out in general at, like, 1 in the morning. But yeah, I have a real love-hate relationship for coloring because of that. Like, I love to do it. I always try to color what I can, but when it doesn't come out right... Oh, no, that's no problem. Yeah, I'll just be, like, coloring this image in. I'll be here when you guys get back. But of course, since it's, like, a chat, and I can't, like, hear anything, I'm gonna have to, like, keep an eye open, and, like, make sure that, like, when you guys do get back, I can actually, like, see you guys and, like, say, hello! Oh, what's up? Oh my gosh. Oh, you're drawing Dazo. Is it, like, coming out okay? Yeah, that's the thing that I hate the most about colors. It's like you can't... It's such a pain to get the exact right... Oh gosh, I forgot. Like, I gotta make sure that, like... when I'm like looking down like this, you can actually see my coloring, because when I uploaded that video, you can't see my hand for like 50% of the video, and for like 2 hours, it's like, I can imagine people are going to be watching that and just be like, wow, what an idiot. But luckily I put it in the description that, like, yeah, I goofed up, I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, I know who Nazo is. I've seen him before. I never really watched much of Sonic X, because I'm not a big fan of it. But, again, I only really like the Sonic games. Except for Saturday AM Sonic, which I like, but I don't like the Archie comics. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like, when you steer too far away from the main point of the series, then it's like, oh, he's not. Then where is he from? Oh, okay. So he's one of those fan-made. Yeah, see, that's kind of the reason why I'm, like, not really interested in him, because it's like, it's kind of like it's like one of those things where it's like a fan-made when a fan-made character gets more popularity than original characters and original ideas and stuff like that, then I tend to lose interest in it, because it's like my mindset's like, well, that thing seems to be doing, like, pretty well on its own, so I need to work on, like, doing my thing so that I can, like, establish something. But then again, it's, like, understandable, because it's, like, that's how, it's kind of understandable, because it's, like, everybody knows Sonic, so it's like everybody could easily find like a Sonic fan character, which may become extremely popular or unpopular, depending on the situation. I'm just thinking of a certain Sonic artist who got a lot of hate at his time, and still kind of does, because he... if anybody has ever heard of the adventures of Sonichu, but... I won't talk about that because that's not really the place. I do like Silver, the Hedgehog. But I do know Silver got a lot of flack at first. And for those who played Sonic Rivals, I'm not surprised as to why. I mean, yeah, granted, Sonic 2006, there's not much justification. They probably just saw the first cutscene and just decided to hate him because he's like, where'd he come from and why is he like beating up Sonic and that glitch and all that stuff. Silver's actually not that bad. But in Sonic Rivals, oh my gosh. Yeah, I like Sonic 2006. I like it a lot. It's actually the anti-fanboys, like, the people who hate Sonic 2006. They're the ones who are just kind of like, oh, I hate Silver, like, oh, I hate this, I mean, I've actually played Sonic 2006, and I've beaten it to completion. Have I seen what? Sonic 2006? I've beaten it 100%. I've gotten all the medals, did all the DLCs, got an S rank on everything. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was okay, so yes, there was a lot of very painfully long loading sessions, but the loading times were not any worse than they are in Sonic Unleashed. Like, every time you try to change it to nighttime, or every time you go into, like, a level or something like that, the loading times in Sonic Unleashed are just as bad. It's just Sonic 2006 has more of them because of the, town missions, but that's just the town missions, which kind of suck. Oh no, I'm sorry, I did not like the 360 version of Sonic Unleashed. I did not. I thought... I like the Wii version, I don't like the 360 version. I like playing as Day Sonic, but only in, Windmill Isle, and, what's that other level? The Adabat, Jungle Joyride, and then sort of Skyscraper Scamper. Yeah, the Wii version I liked entirely. I felt like even though Werehog was still kind of glitchy there, at least the Wii version tried to like make the levels actually like work. So it's like you could see the creative process in designing the Werehog stages. The 360 version didn't even try. Like, they just relied entirely on the gimmick of the Hedgehog engine to sell the game and say the game is better. And I'm just like, no, I'm not buying a game because of gimmicks. I mean, I'm not gonna say a game is good because of a gimmick. I'm actually gonna play the game, see where the thought process and design process went in, and then decide for myself if a game is good based off of more than just like a gimmick. Because the problem is, Sonic Unleashed, as fun as it is blasting through those levels at high speed with Day Sonic, there's so many cheap death spots in most of the stages that it ultimately ruins the replay value. It's like, okay, I blast through all these stages, now what do I do? Like, wow, I got an A. And then, like, the freaking overworld towns. It's like, I don't care about these, like, NPCs. Like, why do I have to, like, talk to them, do their insanely difficult missions? Well, I should say unnecessarily difficult missions. And, I just, like, I just thought that was a bad idea, making the, NPCs so, like, prevalent. Personally, though, my favorite Sonic game, is Sonic Rush. Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure. Those two Sonic games, they pretty much are the awesomeness of the Sonic Advance series with a good story to with a deep story to kind of follow and likable characters, because Blaze the Cat is like my favorite Sonic character and like pretty much one of my favorite like female characters of all time. Except when they ruined her in Sonic 2006, but thankfully that was just like a temporary thing and they fixed that in future games. They never did that again. I love Secret Rings. I don't care what people say. Secret Rings was a good idea. A very good idea. Underrated game of the year. Black Knight, for the record, I did like it, but as a sequel to Secret Rings, I felt like the customization and the powers and stuff should have been done better. It should not have just been automatic. It should have been customizable, because while there is customization, it's so limited, and it doesn't really impact the gameplay all that much, like for the missions and stuff like that. And ultimately, you're just going to use Cavalier Sonic or Knight Sonic for the most part anyway. You rarely ever need to use Paladin Sonic. But yeah, I love Secret Rings. I love Black Knight. Those games I find really underrated. Actually, to be honest, the only Sonic games I really dislike are the 360 version of Sonic Unleashed. Only because I've like beaten it and I have nothing else to do in that game, because Skyscraper Scamper Nighttime is impossible. And then what's another one that well, I'm not fond of the Game Gear games, honestly. But they're Game Gear games, so I have to forgive them for that. And plus, the music is actually really good, especially in Triple Trouble. Not a big fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog 1 for Game Gear, though. It's like music, but I love Triple Trouble's music a whole lot. Oh, yeah? Oh, and for the record, I do like Sonic Chronicles. I like it. As an RPG, it needed to be fixed a bit, but I did like the game. Like, as a Sonic game, I felt like... As a Sonic RPG, I felt like it did a really good job. It just needed to fix some things. Oh, Sonic Generations. I love Sonic Generations. I keep begging for a sequel. I like the 3DS version slightly better than the Wii version. Only because, again, it didn't feel as gimmicky. And I did like all the games on the Genesis as well. Including 3D Blast. I love 3D Blast. And I did like Sonic Spinball, too. Where's my purple? Here it is. I would like to try Sonic Rivals, but I don't have a PSP, and I'm not intending to get one anytime soon. Sony's kind of been not looking good to me lately. I used to, actually, a long time ago. I mean, I wasn't serious about it at all, though. But a long time ago, I used to have, like, a Sonic... I used to have Sonic fan game ideas. I still have them on my computer. I think I still have them on my computer, actually. I'll, post them on the message board if you'd like to see them, because I'm not making those games anymore. I used to. I got a lot of music downloaded and all that stuff, and I was going to make a Sonic fan game called Sonic Techno Trouble, which was basically based off of Sonic Rush. But you play as, like, every Sonic character trying to stop Dr. Robotnik from, like, messing up the world's music. It was an interesting concept. The game, I didn't make any levels, any full levels. But I had, like, this whole elaborate plan for the game. Like, all the levels, like how the supersonic fight would work. Yeah, I call him Eggman all the time. Like, I was actually one of the, like, few people to actually, like, convert to calling him Eggman, like, almost instantly when I heard it being called Eggman in Sonic Adventure. For Dreamcast, when I played that. I still actually have my Dreamcast, but the only game I have for it is another one of the most underrated Sonic games ever, Sonic Shuffle. Oh my gosh, no one, like, that game is the epitome of underrated. Like, you look at underrated in the dictionary, Sonic Shuffle is, like, right underneath that, is, like, right in the definition box. It's like, see also Sonic Shuffle. Because I don't know why everybody hates that game so much. I thought it was better than Mario Party. I'm going there. I thought it was better than Mario Party. I mean, yeah, the computers were hard as death and cheap, very cheap. But the minigames and the boards and all that stuff, they were well designed. The animation could have used, like, some touching up, though. Sonic's talking animation is horrendous. But luckily, he doesn't talk except for in cutscenes, so... But still, I really thought that game was just so, like Like, they really need to re-release that game. Like, I don't know why Sega refuses to re-release it. Or at least try again. I mean, they sort of did with Sonic and the Secret Rings as party mode, but that wasn't the same. Like, I want the cards and the minigames in the Secret Rings was actually, they were a lot of fun, even though half of them didn't work. I did enjoy them, with friends. Those are not minigames you play with computers alone. You play those minigames with friends and then laugh at them when their Wiimote doesn't work. Especially the violin minigame, that one. Oh my gosh. The computer would just, like, not know what to do. It's like, I'm playing it! Why am I losing points? Oh man, that was... I loved Secret Rings so much. I love Shadow the Hedgehog. I, again, don't care what people say. Shadow the Hedgehog was a fun game. The problem is, people keep seeing it as a Sonic game. It's a Shadow game. It's very different in design and everything, and it was a lot of fun. The missions were very fun, well designed. I really liked that game a lot. It seems like the love for that game is slowly growing, like Sonic Heroes, which is another underrated game that people are starting to like now a lot. Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog is definitely one of those games that I felt like, I understand why it initially got the hate that it did, but gameplay-wise, it's a fun game. Oh, hey, Smushy. Oh, you're shipping out? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just, coloring in, coloring in Kia. I actually made a mistake, a small mistake in, that one image, just like the one image I linked initially that's hardly noticeable, but it is supposed to be something that I did implement, I changed. And that's the fact that Kia's hair is supposed to be a dark purple. It's not supposed to be jet black anymore. It used to be jet black, but now it's like dark purple. Yeah, XD has to go. But yeah, like, Kia's hair is actually, at least in wolf form, her hair is meant to be, like, dark purple. But yeah, this is just me, like, coloring all the details and stuff. Luckily, Kia's very easy to color in because, like, she mostly is just, like, gray and purple. You don't need a very wide color palette to color her in. Of course, when the, like, colors start glitching up in real life somehow, and, like, not coloring over the spot that I'm, like, trying to color in. I'm actually gonna go over this with the black, though. See, that's the only problem with colored pencils. It's like, they're random. Like, it's so random if you're gonna get, like, a smooth color or not. But at the same time, you have the most control. Of all the coloring utensils, colored pencils give you the most control. So that's why I always use them. Chalk pastels are very, 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 very good for getting a smooth, even color. And so is watercolor for the same reason. But, finding chalk pastels is a pain. And even then, you need a tool called a blender for very fine very fine details. Like, the blender tool is a tool that looks like a stylus, and you just rub in the colors to smooth them out. You can actually do the same thing with pencil and colored pencil too, but the effect's not as strong, so it only works so much. Like, the way you do it is you'd tear off like a bit of tissue, fold it over your finger or something like that, and then you would just like rub it. And ideally, it's supposed to smooth out the color, but because like colored pencil works weird, it doesn't. All it does is just pick it up and like slightly erases it, which is lame. Alright. But soon enough, I'm gonna have to take out the black. Might have to re-go over all these lines, though. And I just realized I made a minor mistake. But it's easily fixable. Luckily, purple is stronger than gray. Slightly. That would bug me if I scanned it in and then I realized, like, oh gosh, I messed that up. Speaking of messing up, I forgot to color in her tail. I have, like, no idea if I'm, like, looking at everything right, so I hope the video comes out okay. But then again, you just don't really notice, because I'm not paying attention. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right, I keep forgetting the freaking tail. I never forget the tail. Well, actually, I do sometimes forget the tail, but I always just do it last, like, and I don't even know why. It's not like I don't enjoy drawing the tail. I do, but I just keep, for some unknown reason, I keep forgetting about it. And then I'm gonna shade the inside of the ear. Looks okay-ish, I don't really know. Now I gotta find the black. There we go. It sucks. In the box, black, brown, and violet and blue and dark green all look exactly the same. So it's like I can never tell what I'm pulling out until after I pull it out. Just going over like some of these like weaker lines, making them a little bit stronger. There's like over time there's like this natural fade of color. Like the colors that you've made and the lines and all that stuff, they fade naturally, so you might have to go back over them with like a darker color. Which is a pain because this time you can't afford to make a mistake. Yeah, I'm always double checking them too, for the same reason. I've had it happen before. Like, only one time where, like, I colored with the wrong color and I didn't realize it until after I started coloring with it. And I was like, wait, this isn't yellow. This is more like a reddish yellow. And I was just like, oh, come on. Because I, like, ruined the image. Luckily, both of the images are actually mature, but so it's not like the public will be like seeing them anyway. But it still sucks. I hate wasting like a drawing because like of my incompetence. Well, I uploaded both of them on DeviantArt, but so it's like they're not adult rated. But oh wait, no, I didn't. The other one I didn't upload on DeviantArt. That one actually was pretty mature rated. But it's weird too because sometimes black, it actually comes out better after I scan it, and it's one of the few colors that actually does so. Like most colors, they actually come out worse. But black, for some reason, always comes out better looking after I scan it in. Alright, so now I just gotta get this color in her skirt. Always want to like follow along the grain. You have more control over it that way. And then for like a universal darkening effect, then you just go opposite of the grain. And then emphasize shadows. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just gonna like darken the hair a bit, smooth out some of the lines on it and darken it a bit. I mean, really, there's like a different way, like to darken it, but I'm not relying on GIMP. It's actually coming out looking way nicer than I thought it would. Normally when I combine colors, it usually doesn't. I'm actually gonna just mark that up entirely. And I was like, yeah. Alright, so now I just need to do one more thing, and that's the mouth, the inside of the mouth. No, I don't want red, I want a reddish hot pink. Oh, that's brown. I want like, where in the world is magenta? Let's go soft on the tongue, hard on the gums. Now I just need black again because I forgot to color in the fan. Now I need black. Fan, I just straight up go over it completely, including where the hand is. You can see it like slightly darkens the hand, but I don't go over the part that the fan isn't covering. I only cover the part that the fan is covering, and it gives a really, really cool effect. And, you know what, I'm gonna, this looks like I forgot the color, and I'm gonna just touch that up a bit. Make it look like I actually didn't forget to color it. I emphasize the line on the skirt, and our leg, and here. Doing some emphasis lines, make the parts stick out a little bit more. Should be pretty solid. And viola. So there it is. This is the completed drawing of Kia. It only took 2 hours. And that was mostly because I was like started ranting halfway through about Sonic games I like. So now I'll just like process this video, get it uploaded on my YouTube channel, get it and then I will upload this video on my art sites. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Yeah, I know. I still remember that. It's like, huh, this guy's like pausing for a second to like look at Cinderella. I gotta like actually make sure I save that link too. It's like Cinderella has no ears, and like put it in the description. It's like, by the way, in case anybody's wondering, like what that's all about. It's like one of those, like, it's really interesting. Like, I really like when they have those, like, Easter egg-ish kind of things. Like, did you know in, oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess, like, in that event, it probably is just, like, anybody's, like, talking about that, Cinderella thing, yeah, just Google it. You'll see. She has no ears. Like, at all. It's not even like her hair is covering her freaking ears. Like, she straight up has none. Her earrings just stick out of her hair. That is funny. Yeah, I really like Kia a lot. Oh man, a friend of mine wasn't able to see the wasn't able to log into the live stream chat. I didn't draw any beach balls. Yeah. I feel bad. Especially since I'm, like, done. But, oh well. I'll just get this, uploaded, I'll just get this uploaded on, YouTube, and that'll be that. Thanks for watching, and I will be on the, forum chat, while I do all the processing and stuff like that, and wait till like 3 hours for the video to upload. Yeah, thanks for watching. Anytime, like, I'm on and you're on and, like, anybody wants to, like, watch me, do an art stream, just let me know and I'll, like, get the camera set up and everything. Alright, so at that, I'll, just stop the stream now. Thanks for watching.